Our dear S2 students, you are most welcome in today's lesson where we're going to talk about transport of materials in organisms. And in this lesson, we should expect to define what transport is, to explain the requirements of a transport system, explain how materials move in and out of the cell, and its importance. This is lesson 1 of the first topic of this topic. Then transport of materials, we are talking about movement of materials from one part of the organisms to another. A lot of materials must move from one part of every organism to another part or to the outside environment, and that is what we call transport. Then transport system, here you have requirements, what you need in every transport system. You need materials to be transported like any other transport system. Materials would have been like the passengers. Need the medium of transport. The medium of transports are like the vehicles, the plane. We need to transport materials. Then the channels of transport, we have in this case they are like the roads and other routes you can use for transporting material. Then you need energy, in this case which is from the fuel. Then in any organism, materials to be transported, we are talking about the respiratory gases such as carbon dioxide and oxygen. Then you have nutrients, they must be transported in the body. Then you have waste products, they must be transported. Then you have medium of transport. Medium of transport, we are talking about blood. All the materials to be transported must be mixed with blood and then transported from one point to another. That is in most vertebrates and some few invertebrate animals. Then in other animals, we have water as a medium of transport. Then channels of transport. Channels of transport, we have blood vessels. The blood vessels are very important in other animals as channels of transport. Then we have the body cavities in organisms without blood vessels as channels of transport. Then energy used for transport material. In this case, we are talking about energy generated from respiration, and it is used to transport those materials, and it is used for contraction of the heart muscles so that they can pump those materials to far areas where they need to be reached. Then we have movement of materials in and out of the cells. A cell as a basic unit of life, a lot of materials must be moved in and also must move out if it is to function properly. And these substances can move by PINOCYTOSIS, PHAGOCYTOSIS, active transport, diffusion, and osmosis. When you are talking about PINOCYTOSIS and PHAGOCYTOSIS, we are talking about bulk transport of materials in and out of the cell. PINOCYTOSIS, we can refer to a cell drinking, like a cell takes in a liquid material within the cytoplasm. Then phagocytosis, we are talking about a cell eating, in this case a cell taking in a solid material within the cytoplasm. Then phagocytosis is very important. It's a mode of feeding in unicellular organisms such as amoeba. Then white blood cells ingest pathogens by this process of phagocytosis. Then we have active transport. Active transport, we are talking about movement of materials or molecules from a region of low concentration to their region of high concentration. In this case, materials are against a concentration gradient. Therefore, they are climbing a hill and energy is needed because they are moving from a region where they are very few to a region where they are very many. The concentration gradient here, we are talking about a difference in concentration of molecules, whereby we have one region with very few molecules and another region with very many molecules. So if they move climbing uphill from region where there are very few to region where there are very many, energy is needed, and that form of transport is active transport. Then we have active transport is important in absorption of mineral salts by the plant roots, then absorption of soluble food substances from the ileum, reabsorption of minerals from the kidney tubules or kidney, then uptake of ions in the fish gills. It's also by active transport. Then diffusion is a passive process. Energy is not needed because molecules move from region of their low concentration to the region of their high concentration to the region of low concentration. So it's along the concentration gradient. And that is to say, from region where there are very many to the region where there are very few. Then osmosis, we're talking about movement of materials from their region of movement of water molecules from their region of high concentration to their region of low concentration. This is also along the concentration gradient. When you say along the concentration gradient, water molecules move from where there are very many to where they are very few. For further information, please click on the following links and then you get more information. I wish you the best.